within the spotlight. I'm here with my co-host Kenya Bland, I'm Earl Morgan, your host for the program. And tonight, we're starting out with our first guest, Bill O'Day. That's Hudson County freeholder Bill O'Day. He's currently a freeholder. He used to be a councilman in Jersey City. Even before that, when I first met Bill as a wee young lad, he was an aide to former Councilman Frechon. And he was so efficient at his job even back then that we reporters would go to Tom Frechon to ask him questions about his job and what he was doing. And he just told us to go talk to Bill. And it's been that way ever since. So Bill, we're glad to have you here tonight.
My pleasure.
We're here to talk to you about the
Project
Impact. And first I'd like you to tell us what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us what it does.
So Project Impact was an idea that Pat Kelleher and I came, Jonathan, who I've raised since he's 4 years old. I asked him one day, he's Puerto Rican, and I said, how come we can't get minorities into the building trades? So he said, give me a couple of weeks. We went back and I said, we have all these job fairs and what happens? He said, look, and he knows Patty, and he said, we get all these folks that go to these job fairs and they see, no offense, he said, they see a couple of older white guys like you up on the stage and they kind of don't, they kind of don't really understand it. And then when they get the list of all the things you got to do, they get frustrated. So we said, all right. So we tasked him to go out and get us an initial group of about 40. We've now pre-tested and done applications on over 150. And we looked at all the barriers that there were to getting them into the building trades. First was to get into almost every trade you have to pass, not all, but almost everyone, a math and reading aptitude test. So the first thing we do when you walk in the door is we give you a practice math and reading test that Pat Kelleher from the Hudson County Building Trades had provided us with. We found out that most of those scores, I think out of 150, maybe 5 could have walked in and passed the test on their own. So we said we have to do some practice remedial program on it. So we worked with the schools of technology, and we require everyone, whether you go to Hudson County, because it's on Montgomery Street. We run a class at night for 6 weeks, 3 nights a week. And we require you, if you want to get the certificate signed by Pat Kelleher, which is probably the best letter of recommendation, and when you talk to Pat, he can explain, the value of it, you've got to go through this program. And we saw amazing changes in the scores. We saw an average score of 42 is now an average score of 74 to 75.
What's the passing score?
7. And actually on the reading, the passing scores are 55. It's really based on grade levels that you have to have. And the reading scores were a little harder to go up, but we saw an average increase of at least 1 grade level on the reading just through this 6-week course. So we started with that. We tell everyone when they walk in, if you think you're going to get a job tomorrow, you're not getting a job tomorrow. This is a long process. You have to make a commitment. We require them to go to seminars. We look about other barriers that they have. You know me long enough for all that. I'm a guy that likes to jump in. I don't like to figure out every possible problem. Just get me in the middle of the gauntlet, and then I'll figure out how to get my way through. But as we've gotten into it, we found out, for instance, suspended driver's license. Big problem.
Gotta have a license to be in the
And that's what it requires. Birth certificate, high school diploma or GED, transcripts, driver's license, valid driver's license. So to the credit of the city of Jersey City, their city corporation council, and even Governor McGreevy, we were able to get about 10 individuals their licenses restored. They went to court. A lot of the fines were reduced. They were put on very good payment plans, so they made $20 a month payment. They could get their license restored. We've been able to help about 10 people with that. I think our greatest accomplishment, so we've gotten 2 pre-trainees in that are working. One who's actually here today, Joe Roberson, is working over at Montgomery, Catherine Todd. And the second one, who's actually Kalima's sister. Masalima Mays.
Mays.
Right. So Masalima Mays is going to start tomorrow with the next guy. So they were our first 2 trainees. We've had several other individuals interviewed, take the test, and interviewed for carpenters, laborers, painters, spacklers, glazers. This is all in about a 4 or 5 month period of time. And our biggest accomplishment is when we started this, the first person who signed up was Pat Plumbers. And the first group was geared to wannabe plumbers. So the biggest hurdle is to pass that test. So we had 30 Jersey City residents take that test. And Patty could tell you the highest number they ever had before that passed. This is 2-3 times as much. 23 out of 30 people that we sent to take the test passed the test. So nearly 80%, nearly 80% of these young men and women, I think 70% of them were African American or Hispanic, 3 veterans. We've expanded the program to helmets to hard hats. 3 of them were veterans, 4 women. You know, it's difficult to get women into the trade, and those are the ones that passed. So we think it's a great accomplishment. In fact, Kelleher owes me dinner at Peter Luger's in New York.
Okay.
Because I said at least 50% of the people will pass. Now, we had Pat's, he took the under, I took the over. Right, Pat? So 36 signed up for the test. 6 didn't show up. So I said, well, Pat, can I reduce the 18 to 50? He said, no. It was the 50% of who applied. So when he got the results, he was like, man. But he was very proud.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, he has been amazing. You know, Jonathan does the recruitment for us. But Patty, you know, almost every Saturday, he is down at the office, meeting, going over their paperwork, helping them prepare for interviews, you know, dealing with issues that they may have. I mean, he's dedicated himself 1,000% to do it. And we've done it through the South Hudson Civic Association, which is a not-for-profit that I founded a number of years ago, that did a lot of community activities, you know, all the Christmas and Easter. So we got their board to do a leap of faith and add this in as a program. And then the last piece we needed was money. Because what this program does is, which was one of the other barriers that we, you know, Jonathan and Pat, in talking about it, realizes a lot of trades to walk in the first day as an apprentice is a $500 course. So to take plumber as an example, $50 to take the test. Now, you pass the test, you go to the interview, $65 to take a drug test. We have one rule, simple rule. What's it, Pat? If you fail the drug test, what? You can say, you're done, gone. Lose our number. If you see me, run the other way. Because if I tell you 6 months in advance, you have to pass a drug test. You don't have to study for it, you just have to pass it. You fail that drug test, go away. So, and we have a funny story about one individual that came and told me, because we get him a chance to get started early. He said, you didn't tell me I was taking the drug test till May, so, you know, I just stopped smoking pot about a month ago. So, remember, Patty? So, but the program, so we needed money for that. And then after you pass the drug test, you have to buy books, because you go to class, you're apprentices, and the units have a fee, an initiation. So you add it all up, that's $500. And when we were figuring it out, Pat, we didn't figure out the tools they have to buy. And then you got to buy tools. And that's another couple $100. So that's about $700. So we figured we wanted to get about 40 to 50 people a year in. So we needed to raise about $40,000. The AFL-CIO stepped to the plate. They came to our office one day. They saw 10, we had 30, 40 people that are so enthusiastic. They actually were going to give us 10. They raised it to 20. Then, I know he's going to be a guest later, we found Joe Panapinto. Jersey City, heart and soul, right? He said, and what was great about Joe is he said, I'm in, but not only is he in, he's like, I'm gonna be in for multiple years, because he understands that there's a multiple year. So they came up with 10,000. We went to KRE. They came up with 10,000. So they're doing the project in General Square.
The 75.
Yeah. Cushing. And then we got the from St. Peter's College. They came up with 5. So we put together the money for that first year relatively quickly. We've gotten the School of Technology to donate some of the classes for math and reading, and we're going to do more. We're going to raise more money for it. But we have the first year funded, and we're going to get 40. You know, we started in January. By the end of this year, we will have 40 individuals, apprentices in building trades or pre-trainees that are from Jersey City.
Well, let me ask you this. One of the questions. Usually where apprentices have to go to learn the trades are some distance from us, and public transportation is non-existent in some cases, or very difficult.
Absolutely.
So how do they get back and forth to these?
One of the great things about this, Earl, is that we teach teamwork. Like Joe Robeson will tell you, we have a time to go out, because where those schools are, it's the same place you pick up the application, the same place you take the test. So we'll say, Joe, we need you to take 4 people. He's got a car. A good number of them have vehicles. So the old way we used to do it, I worked out in the post office out in Kearney. I didn't have a car. You know, my father said you could get up at 5 o'clock, take 2 buses, or make friends. Make friends with somebody that lives nearby, and you get out there every day. So what we've done with the group, with this group concept that we work with, is they become friends. So whenever we need somebody to get a ride, so you know, they're all going to have to go to class the same day. So they're always going to be able to do it. And to Jersey City's credit, if we're really in a pinch on maybe like the plumbers that are going to have a large group, they've been great, the Jersey City Rec, in providing vans whenever we need to take people out. So I believe that if we needed that one day every 2 weeks to get them to and from, we pick them up in front of the Jackie Robinson statue, and they take them out. It's a great place to have it. But that's a great question.
So,
No. Okay. Where can they get information on this? And where can they get applications?
So we gave you a brochure, which is a pre-application. I'm going to give out Jonathan's cell number. You can just call him. It's 201-993-9552. Every Saturday, we provide the practice test at 686 Route 440, which is directly across from Pizza Hut. You know where all those stores are. There's an Allstate Insurance, there's a liquor store, there's a tanning place. We have our office right there in the middle from 11:30 to 4 in the afternoon. We sometimes do larger group tests in other places, but every Saturday they can walk in. Please bring as much of the paperwork as they have, birth certificate, driver's license copy, obviously, high school diploma. Because we learned the one thing with the driver's license, we don't want to raise their hopes too much if their first issue is a driver's license. We have someone helping them get a driver's license for the first time, but bring as much of that paperwork, and then we take it from there.
So where are they picking up the applications again?
The applications are right there, 686 Route 440. Also, if they go to the South Hudson Civic Association website, there's a link to the Project Impact, and they can do the application, print out the application right there.
all right, Bill, we're just about out of time for this segment.
Thank you.
But no, thank you.
Look, I love doing it. You know me, Earl. When I get into something, I love doing it. I'm there every Saturday, you know, too.
All right.
Mention.
Thanks.
And cut.